In the early 1970s, polymeric systems revolutionized the adhesives industry when it invented the epoxy putty stick. We knew how useful epoxy could be for repairs that ordinary glues and fillers couldn't handle, but the adhesive wasn't easy to use. Exact portions had to be taken from 2 containers, then mixed. It was messy. Sometimes the epoxy hardened too fast. Then came the epoxy putty stick. The ingredients are pre-measured, with the correct portions combined into one single piece. The resin material on the outside protects the hardening agent on the inside. It is easy to use. Just twist off what you need, mix it, and fix it. Now there's a whole family of specialty epoxy putty sticks. Their advantages are many. They're ideal for small or emergency repairs. Shape it like modeling clay and sculpt to hold fine detail. Use it to reform missing parts, to patch, fill, and seal leaks, to make 3-dimensional repairs not possible with other kinds of epoxies. The epoxy adheres to metal, wood, glass, concrete, ceramics, some plastics, even to itself. And it hardens fast for an instant fix. It anchors bolts in concrete walls to support wood framing. After it cures, file it, plane it, sand it, paint it, stain it, drill it, tap it, machine it. It won't shrink, crack, or dry out, and it saves hundreds of dollars in repairs. The epoxy putty stick line includes 8 unique products. Each stick is about 1 inch in diameter and available in a variety of lengths. Epoxy putty sticks come individually packaged in a plastic cylinder, which keeps the epoxy fresh and ready to use. If the cap is misplaced and the end becomes dry, simply cut off the dried end. The remainder is ready to use. Before applying, clean the surface, ensuring that it is free from grease, peeling paint, rust, or other loose particles. Cut or twist off the required amount and mix by kneading to a uniform color. Then apply. Here are a few application tips. To ease mixing, warm the epoxy to room temperature. Make sure the epoxy is thoroughly mixed. For easier mixing and best appearance, wet your fingers with water before mixing. Once the epoxy is in place, smooth it with wet fingers as it hardens. Remove any excess material before hardening, preferably with a wet tool. When applying to a damp or slowly leaking area, ensure that the putty patch is at least ½ inch larger than the size of the area to be repaired. Work the mixture in until adhesion begins. Finally, smooth and feather the epoxy around the edges to ensure good contact. You'll make repairs in minutes. Because the epoxy putty stick is so tough, it works in the most demanding environments. Yet it contains no solvents or VOCs, is non-flammable, and releases no toxic fumes. The slight odor is not harmful and goes away after curing. Epoxy putty sticks meet all personal and environmental safety standards. As with any chemical product, there are a few precautions. Plastic gloves are recommended for extremely sensitive skin or for continuous use. Wash your hands thoroughly with soap and water after using. In case of eye contact, flush with water and contact your physician. It may be harmful if swallowed. Use a dust mask and protective eyewear when sanding or drilling cured putty. Each is designed for a specific application. The compounds differ in work life and formulation, and some stick better to certain surfaces. Plastic repair epoxy stick cures to a flexible epoxy, giving it good impact strength and maintaining its bond on semi-flexible plastics like ABS, PVC, and CPVC. It's ideal for fixing plastic plumbing pipes. After thoroughly mixing, apply the epoxy. It forms a permanent bond in about 30 minutes, allowing time to shape and form the epoxy as needed. It is fully cured within 2 to 3 hours. It's also perfect for outdoor furniture, vinyl siding, and trim. The plastic repair epoxy putty is not recommended for use on plastic gas tanks or polyolefin plastics like polyethylene or polypropylene. The steel reinforced epoxy stick is filled with real steel and is magnetic. It has superior adhesion to metal. It's non-rusting, so it can be used outdoors. Use it to level metal furniture, to fix decorative ironwork, to rebuild iron castings. The steel reinforced epoxy stick has a short work life. Apply it immediately after mixing to a uniform dark gray metallic color. It hardens in about 3 minutes and bonds within 10 minutes. It is fully cured within an hour. The wood repair epoxy stick is used for restoring antique furniture, molding, and trim, for rebuilding picture frames and collectibles. Use it to repair scratches, gouges, cracks, dry rot, and carpenter bee damage. It is suitable for indoor and outdoor use, and it lasts longer than wood. After thoroughly mixing, apply to the surface within 15 to 25 minutes. Remove any excess while the product is still soft. It may be painted immediately and begins to harden in about half an hour. Final cure is about 1 hour. The underwater repair epoxy stick adheres to wet surfaces, even underwater, salt water or chlorine, cold or hot. Pools don't need draining. Boats can be repaired while in water. It's fiberglass reinforced to repair leaks, dings and cracks on hot tubs, spas, boat decks, and hulls. In aquariums, use it to seal leaks without draining the tank. The underwater repair epoxy stick has a unique aqua color which fades to porcelain white when properly mixed. After thoroughly mixing, apply within 15 minutes. The bond is formed within 20 to 30 minutes. Cure time is 1 hour. Epoxy putty sticks are ideal for small and emergency repairs. They are easy to use and mistake-proof. Epoxy putty sticks bond quickly and make repairs permanent. It's as simple as twist it, mix it, and fix it. For more information on the family of specialty epoxy sticks, visit www.epoxysticks.com or call 1-888-EPOXY-FIX